What up and welcome to Ramascreen YouTube channel, and here's my review of Prime Video animated series Invincible Season 2 Part 2. Let's rock this. It goes without saying that this review is only for those of you who have already watched the previous Part 1 of Season 2. So if you haven't seen those episodes yet, heads up, spoiler alert. Okay, so the story picked up right where it left off with Nolan's new offspring, that purple baby, and Nolan got taken away by the Viltrumites. Now, again, I haven't read the comic books. I am only a fan of this show. But time and time again, all I hear is that this adaptation is very faithful to the original material, which means those of you who have read the comic books already know what happens. As for me though, these 4 new episodes are fantastic. Episodes 5 and 7 kinda dragged a little bit, too melancholic for my taste, but it never got to the point where I lost interest or anything, because even when it gets overly dramatic in terms of Mark's mom and Mark's sobby relationship with his girlfriend Amber, the intentions are always clear, in that the story wants to show us that having superpowers is more of a curse than a blessing. Yes, some of the plot is a bit derivative, but all in all, this part 2 has a ton of meat on its bones, and it has several pretty cool surprises that will surely get you geeking out. Based on the groundbreaking comic book by Robert Kirkman, Cory Walker, and Ryan Ottley, the story revolves around 18-year-old Mark Grayson, who's just like every other guy his age, except his father is, or was, the most powerful superhero on the planet. Still reeling from Nolan's betrayal in Season 1, Mark struggles to rebuild his life as he faces a host of new threats, all while battling his greatest fear, that he might become his father without even knowing it. Starring Steven Yeun, with Sandra Oh, Zazie Beetz, Grey Delisle, Chris Demantopoulos, Walton Goggins, Gillian Jacobs, Jason Mantzoukas, Ross Marquand, Carrie Payton, Zachary Quinto, Andrew Rannells, Kevin Michael Richardson, Seth Rogen, and J.K. Simmons. In hindsight, was it necessary to divide Season 2 into 2 parts? Probably not. But giving it some room to breathe in between them did help with building up the hype and the anticipation. A lot of the qualities that we love about this show are still intact and solid. The animation, the voice acting, the action sequences, so much so that you could probably just copy my previous review and paste it onto this one. It did get frustrating, however, waiting for the battle of Mark versus Angstrom Levy. You have to go through all the melancholic stuff I mentioned to you earlier just to get there. But once the battle begins, it is colossal. It is bloody epic. Episode 8 is by far my most favorite. Not just the fights or the action, but also the emotional weight of what it is that Mark stands to potentially lose. The way that the parallel universe is done on that episode is mad crazy. You just never know where the portals might throw Mark into. And yes, the rumors are true. There is some sort of a parody version of Spider-Man, not exactly the same character, but it plays into the humor and they play it off really, really well. And as for the other supporting characters, I might sound like a douche for saying this, but I could not care less about them. I mean, there's a bloody graphic tragedy at the end of episode 5 that sets in motion how the team feels about their job as superheroes. But a lot of that are also not fully concluded, and it's all just a setup for the next season, including the whole Donald Ferguson's post-traumatic cyborg stress disorder, which goes on longer than it needs to be if you ask me. Again, they set him up as some sort of a potential mentor for Rick, but this show already has more than enough heart-to-heart shrink-ass moments, and they can get pretty overwhelming. So yeah, overall I give Invincible Season 2 Part 2 the rating of 3.5 out of 5. I am just glad that my favorite character, Alan the Alien, voiced by Seth Rogen, gets a lot more screen time in this part 2. He is a really cool, likable dude because he is more than just a comic relief, and I cannot wait to see how his newfound physique and his newfound super strength can help Mark with his ongoing war against the Viltrumites. Hey, please click the join button below to become Ramascreen members. If you are true fans of this channel and you want to see me continue doing what I do, then I need your help. I need your financial support. And you'll also get lots of perks, including my out of the theater reactions, exclusive members only videos, and many, many more. So click on the link below to join Ramascreen paid membership. Let's rock this.